Page 71, this is scale study at the bottom of the page. And again, ideally, just see if you can sight read this. If you kind of look it over and see what's happening, you'll see broken chords in the right hand. You're using 2 notes. You don't have to use all the notes in a chord, but you got those. You kind of get an idea of the right hand doing. The left hand, if you look at this is just a C major scale. Just going up the scale. What's a scale study? So try and just sight read it, see how you do. I'm going to go through the process of learning it, so take and tear it apart basically. Look it over, it's 2 lines long, treble, bass, clef, no sharps or flats in the key signature. We're ending here, C note, C chord. I'm guessing it's in C major. Since the left hand does a C major scale, probably is. 3/8 times, so an 8th note gets a count again. The right hand, you just 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. 1, then measure 5, you got to come up here. Now, I don't like moving around that much, so I would change this fingering. For measure 4, you're here. Rather than coming up here, thumb again, I would just simply reach a 2 or 5. Because that way I'm kind of walking up the keyboard for it. Then I can do there. That's how I would finger it. You finger it however you choose to, or however your teacher tells you to. The left hand's just a C major scale. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Okay, then we put them together, it's here. Okay, just crossing over stuff. You gotta get that out, get the hesitations worked out. And once I can play it smoothly, I'll think about the articulation. Left hand is connected. The right hand has 2 note slurs. Down, up, down, up. Down, up, down, up. Then the dynamics. Here it's going to be the left hand. For what little melody there is, it is the left hand. It's this. You're starting soft, and then the 3rd measure, you get the long arrow. You'll see in measure 5 that arrow, it doesn't start at a point. The lines are just a little ways apart. That is an indication that it's the same arrow. The arrow starts on measure 3 and goes all the way to the next to the last measure. It's the same arrow. They just had to do this. When they break lines like this, that's how they break the arrow. So it's one long crescendo. You're only going up to moderately loud. That's a challenge. Soft to moderately loud. And we got, what, 8 measures or 7 measures or 6 measures, whatever it is to do so. You plan it out. Soft. Measure 3, I'm still soft. And measure 4, I just changed the hair. Measure 5 a little bit. Moderately, moderate. Now. So I say most of my getting louder toward the end. Soft, soft, soft. Yeah. The left hand, or the right hand stays out of the way. It's very soft. Whatever the right hand does, it's got to be under the left hand here, because the left hand is the melody for what it is. Now speed is con moto, which means with motion, and that's sort of what I just did, I think, because these want to speed it up, but these want to slow it down. So it's a combination of both. What feels like it's moving but not super duper moving. If I go slow, that's not much motion. If I go fast, that's a little too much motion. Super motion. We want somewhere in between. That's my motion for now. Give me a cup of coffee or a glass of wine or something, and I'm sure that would change, but that's good enough for now, for me. Now there's a note under this to transpose this to D major. Well, C major's here, D major's up 1. D major has 2 sharps, F sharp and C sharp, so we're going to do in the left hand is D major scale. So the left hand's simple enough, it's this right hand we got to deal with. Every note goes up 1 note. So instead of an E, it's an F. Except it's got to be an F sharp because D major has F sharps. Here, and instead of a B, it's a C sharp. Now the third measure, it's an A and a C, but the C's got to come down a half step. Well, remember in D major, it's actually a C sharp. So you just bring the C sharp down a half step, it's a C natural. So it's here, there. So that first line, it's an F sharp, and then a C sharp, and then an A, C natural, and then a B, G. And that's how we're doing it. And this measure 5, it throws a little bit because they gave you a B natural in the music. It's the B natural. It's a B natural anyway. It's in the key signature. There's no B flat in this piece. You had a B flat in measure 3, and that's probably why they're giving you a B natural now, but it's confusing because you think, oh, was I supposed to have done something? No. It's a B natural anyway. You don't need the natural sign. And when you go to transpose this, you're thinking, oh, wait, I got to raise that a half step or something? No, you don't need it. Just play the note, regular note in the scale. So in this case, it's a C sharp. Here. So again, measure 5, it would be a C sharp, A, and then the next one, instead of an F sharp, it's a G, except they've raised it a half step, because F sharp is not in C major. So they raised, so now you got to do a G sharp. So again, measure 5 is a C sharp, and then a G sharp, and then at the end, it's an E, then it's a G natural, and here, and again the natural sign in the next to last measure isn't really needed because it's a natural anyway. But you had an accidental in the previous measure and that messed it up, so they just did that. So you have to be careful when transposing these, and they give you these courtesy signs because they can throw you. So in case you're not confused enough, that last line, just cover it. So it's instead of a B, it's a C, except it's a C sharp or in D major, A, and then instead of an F, it's a G, but we got to take it up to a G sharp, and then a D. It's so confusing with these accidentals they're sticking in, and they throw courtesy signs in also. So the courtesy signs you don't need, cross them out, but you do need the accidentals. So in measure 5, you don't need the natural, it's a natural anyway. So just play a C sharp. That is natural to the key signature. Not a natural note, it's natural to the key signature. D major has C sharps, so it's a C sharp. And then the sharp sign in measure 6 is needed. We're taking that up a half step. Instead of a G, it's a G sharp. And then we're back to the C sharp, and again the natural isn't needed because it's a natural anyway, so it's just G here. It's just a little confusing when they add the courtesy signs, at least it is to me. So to transpose it, you're here. Slow because it's really confusing with these accidentals they stick in here. I do fine because I can read by key signatures. I know what notes are in the scale, and but when they start adding accidentals, then I got to stop and think about it. And when they put in courtesy signs, I got to stop and cross them out because that just messes me up even worse. Let's play this together very slowly. In the key it's written, not transposed. I'll give us 3 counts. I'm not going to do the dynamic, we're just playing it all the same. This is just to check notes and rhythms. 1, ready, go.